Hi everyone! I am going to show you how to make Play-Doh. It's super easy. It's not even an issue. First, we take 2 cups of boiling water and we're going to add 2 tablespoons of oil. Any kind of oil works. Vegetable oil, really whatever you have works just fine. So put that in. Then I have 2 cups of flour. Just drop it in. I have a 3/4 cup of salt. And I have 4 tablespoons of cream of tartar. Now I am not going to use any food coloring. You can use food coloring. It's perfectly fine. I usually do actually. I just ran out of it and I did not realize it. But it works just fine without it too. Some teachers even prefer it that way. So now I'm just going to stir it while it's on the burner. I'm going to stir it until I really can't stir it anymore. And then we'll put it on the counter. The burner is still on because it still needs the heat. You can see how it's getting harder. Play-Doh is a very educational a very educational activity to do with your children. Works the fine motor skills, which are their fingers. And it's sensory, so it's really good for brain development. There are actually many reasons why it's good. Okay, I can no longer stir it. So that part is done. Next, I usually let it cool for a little while, because it is hot. Just throw it on the counter. Ooh, a little piece got burned. That's okay. It does need to be kneaded. Whew. Hot. So we're just going to let it cool for a few minutes, and then I will knead it. Okay, let's give this a little knead. It's still kind of warm. Actually, it's very warm. So you can leave this like this and just give it to the to your children. It's it's perfectly fine. But I happen to have a few things I want to add to it, just for fun. So here, I have some lavender oil. I'm just going to put it into the Play-Doh and make it smell a little bit. So, just spray, knead. This will enhance the education side of this. Put more in. And you know what? I'm also going to put in a little glitter. I just happen to have sitting around. I don't usually have glitter in the house, but I do right now. So, just put that right in. Keep kneading it. We really want to get that lavender smell out. Lavender is great for kids who are a little anxious or more on the hyper side. It really helps to calm them down. And kids experience stress and anxiety just like adults do, but they don't know how to deal with it. So we always try to put little things in the classroom that will help them. And sensory activities is one thing. I plan on using the whole container of glitter. I love glitter. When we get into the classroom, you will notice that your children will come home covered in glitter regularly. I am not afraid to give a 2-year-old a whole bottle of glitter to work with. And they like it a lot too. Ooh, still got a lot to go. Okay. I'm just going to keep on kneading it until I get everything in there. And you can store this in a Tupperware container. I usually put it in a Ziploc bag. And it can last for quite a while. And of course, cookie cutters are great with Play-Doh. Some other things you can use are popsicle sticks. And it's a great time for kids to practice using scissors. Because learning to use scissors is hard. It takes a while sometimes. But using them on Play-Doh, it's a little easier. Because they can manipulate them a different way. This week we have an activity, I think it's on Friday, to do cars with Play-Doh, which is excellent. They can make tracks on the Play-Doh, and you could talk about that. It's all about the cause and effect. Just let them see what they can make happen. I can actually smell a lot of lavender. Playing with Play-Doh is, it works their fine motor skills, but also helps them prepare for literacy skills down the road. Because the more they use their fingers, the better they're going to be able to write. And it is not uncommon for children to go into kindergarten not having good fine motor skills. So I always try to work on that. I love Play-Doh. I will sit at the table for hours with the kids doing Play-Doh. It's also good for children who are upset or angry. I used to have a 3-year-old. She had a lot of stuff going on at home. Not good stuff. And she would come to school angry and start hitting the kids and throwing things at them, throwing things at me. But when she would do that, I would tell her to go to the table and play some Play-Doh. And she would play with it for 10 minutes, then clean it up and put it away. And she'd be perfectly fine afterwards. It just helped her get her anger out. You can see how the consistency is getting better while I'm kneading it too. And you could put any scent in here. I know a lot of teachers like to do Kool-Aid. I like the lavender, but Kool-Aid is good too. And like I said, you can do food coloring. If you do, then you should mix it in with the water. That way it'll mix better, because otherwise you're going to get food coloring all over your hands when you're mixing it in. Let's see. Let's take the whole thing off. I think I may skip the food coloring more often. I'm really liking how this is looking. And if there's no color to it, then the kids might feel like they could do more with it. Like they're not being told what to do with it. We want to avoid telling them how to do things. I mean, sometimes we have to, but anytime they can problem solve for themselves is a good time. Alright, and there we have our Play-Doh. Usually this lasts for I usually replace them about every month. When we get into the classroom, it's going to be replaced a lot more than that. Maybe either every time we use it, or we'll just keep their Play-Doh in their own bags, because we don't want to spread any germs. But, yeah, it's pretty easy. Anybody can do it. I would love to hear how your children are doing, especially with the Play-Doh and everything. Feel free to message me, ask questions. All right, I'm going to go. Thank you. Bye.